As we're driving today, I just asked Marianne the question, do you see it that we're getting further and further away from home? Or do you see it, because we're going around the world, that we're actually getting closer and closer to being home?
I actually feel like we're going away from home.
I think at the moment it feels like we're going further away. This morning we have left Robbie and Alex's house, and we just want to give a huge thank you for just being so hospitable and really showing us your local area and looking after us, spoiling us for the last couple of days.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things we love about doing these sorts of travels, is meeting and engaging with local people and making new friends. So thank you very much. So today we're heading, we're powerhousing a few hours. We're going to Lake Garda, and we're going to go check that out because everybody's told us how beautiful that is on the way through northern Italy. And yeah, the sun is trying to break through the mist this morning, so it looks like we're in for a nice sunny day again. Really not nice driving today. We've got heavy fog, and the amount of people that are actually driving without any lights on is actually quite frightening. What do you reckon, love?
I'm concentrating.
So a lot of you have been asking how much we're actually paying for our fuel on our travels so far. And in France it was about 1.46 a litre, and we've just actually found 1.41 a litre here. Diesel, B7, D7, it's the same diesel. Yeah, you're all good. Just make sure we get the right one. Is it working? Have you done that? I think you've got to put...
Got to do there. That one?
Fill up. Stop, put it back.
That one. Anula. Anula?
Do you pay?
Oh,
you pay first. Now you can start filling. Okay, I understand. It's different in every country and every petrol station. Diesel. Yay! So we've just spotted over there's actually an attendance service, and you pay an extra 4 cents a litre to have somebody do it for you. We've come down to Crema and we found a spot to empty and fill up everything. So there's not so many of these spots as you drive through Italy, but there's a few if you look on the Park for Night app routinely along the way. So we're stopping, it's on our way anyway. What's good, they've actually got potable water and water to wash the toilet out and things like that. So yeah, so it's great that they've actually got both, so you know. It was quite low, and this water container that we've got is coming in real handy, and it's much quicker filling up. So we've arrived down to Lake Garda. We've managed to find this really lovely spot. The parking bays here are a little bit too short, but we've managed to find one without a tree or a bin in front, and we've just mounted the pavement a little bit, and it's given us lots more space, so we're not sticking out in the road. But check out this view. How amazing is this? The beauty of van life. The sun is shining and it's just absolutely stunning. We're going to stay here for a couple of days and just really relax, enjoy the view, catch up with the videos because we want to keep them live for you guys. And the water, check out how clear this water is. Look, you can see the bottom. So we had a good night's sleep here on the lake last night, and actually we didn't put the chocks in. You can see below that we said yesterday we drove up onto the pavement so we weren't sticking on the road, and it's actually helped level the van. I was going to spend today catching up with videos, but we're really struggling with the electric. It's charging at the moment. I'm using this inverter that plugs into the 12 volt, and I've had some messages from people. I'm aware that this uses more electric than a straight adapter that plugs straight into the 12 volt, but when we were going around Ireland, one of our computers had a problem with its motherboard, and I just wasn't sure whether it was because of one of the adapters we used, and so out of safety we bought this, because the last thing we need is a computer dying on the road, because that will really put us back, and it's expensive. But yeah, it's struggling to cope up. So what we're doing, I've ordered one, found one on Amazon, and Patrick, who we're going to see in Austria, is he's ordered it off Amazon, so it should get delivered to his house, which plugs straight into the 12 volt for our MacBook Pro, so that will really help. So I think we're going to have to go and find somewhere to plug in, and then we're going to start heading up towards Austria, I think is the plan. It's a really beautiful lake. It's a shame that it's not sunny today. I was looking forward to flying the drone, but it's absolutely beautiful and very quiet this time of year. Towards the end of January, there's hardly any tourists around, but I bet, you know, I've heard a lot of people back home that come here on holiday, so I'm sure in the summer it is rammed. So Marianne is just getting the van ready behind us, and we're off. Find electric. We left the lake and continued heading east. We found a free parking area with services, and for just €2 a day we had all the electric we needed. We spent a couple of days catching up with our videos, and then we left, heading towards Austria, passing through numerous vineyards. The flatlands started becoming more mountainous, and we found a really special site for our last night in Italy. Wow, we've driven for 5 hours today, and we're up towards the beginning of the mountains between northern Italy and Austria, and we found this wonderful spot to park up for tonight. On Park for Night, it's there's nobody else really here, and we're next to a river, and I don't know whether you can see in the background, but the mountains are trying to break through the clouds. We're spending one night here because we're heading into Austria tomorrow, because we're going to meet Patrick, one of our friends who lives in Austria, who's going to meet us with his van by a lake. And I'm really hoping that in the morning there's beautiful clear skies and I can actually get the drone up to take some wonderful shots here, because it's beautiful. Let's just give you a look around. The mountain behind with the little village, Trudy's there, and then this beautiful river with crystal clear blue water. I might have to go and have a little walk and see if I can get down there and show you guys. It's amazing. Look how clear the water is. So we're parked up in a small village called Braulins. So this gentleman was just explaining to me that he's making
I make
the steps.
The steps for the second time. Last year I make in this place, you know, you can take the picture.
Yeah.
And now I make this, but that time
because the river washed it away.
Yeah, but now you see, steel.
Oh yeah.
Steel.
Oh, you put metal to stop it washing away. And you're doing this work for free.
For free.
Because you love this place and you're making it beautiful.
I'm enjoying, you know. I'm do this.
And this gentleman was explaining that the river comes all the way up to here.
Yeah.
And this is debris that was washed up last I don't know, last year.
Well, in winter.
In the winter.
Few months ago.
So the beauty of travel is you meet so many wonderful people. And I was just talking to the gentleman explaining what we're doing. So he said, you have to come round to my house and meet my wife. So about 7 o'clock tonight, he's going to come and bang on the door, and we'll have a coffee or a glass of wine together this evening. How lovely is that?
Went for a little walk earlier and bumped into a lovely local guy called Sinto. And he very kindly invited us back for a cup of coffee, which has rapidly changed into a glass of wine, some cheese, and some biscuits.
Cheese.
Salut.
Salute. Salute.
Okay. So we are blown away by their hospitality. So grazie mille.
Well, that was an absolutely fabulous evening. The hospitality, second to none.
Amazing. We just get blown away by the friendship that we are given on this journey.
Oh, amazing. And the cheese. I ate so much cheese.
Sinto and Daniela then would not let us leave without giving us a panettone.
So we've woken up to the most beautiful sunrise here in northern Italy, next to this river. How amazing is that? It's a little bit clearer today, and you can actually see the mountains in the background clearer. All that wind is chilly though. I can't believe how clear this mountain water is. We couldn't believe the local hospitality last night. That was so nice of those guys to invite us round to their house and feed us cheese and wine. And we're going back there this morning because up on the mountain behind us up here, there was this lovely church that was lit up. I did try and get a shot of it, but it didn't come out very well last night. So we're going to go up there and have a look. That's where Trudy was last night. The bells, unlike France, the church bells, they were donging. For some reason at 6:30 this morning they went on like it was like a church service, and some local dogs. So yeah, we had a nice early start this morning, and last day in Italy. It's been really lovely actually. We've loved Italy, and we've only seen a fraction of it, but time is not against us, but time is limited. We're driving around the world rather than seeing the whole world. So on this occasion, Italy, we didn't get to do everything that we would love to have done, but next time we'll come for much longer. Okay, time to go back to the van to warm up and have a nice cup of coffee. You get so excited. I woke up, saw the sun this morning, jumped out the van with my hoodie on, and then realised now how cold that wind is. So yeah, I should have put my coat and my hat on. We are in the mountains after all in January, Chris. Yes, we are. Oh, that's better. I am warm. Back in the van. Coffee is made. And we're making toast. We're making toast. If you ever wonder how to make toast in a van with just a gas ring, it's our trusty Ridge Monkey. We bought this thing when we first started, and it's just been an absolute godsend. And it works really well. Takes a little bit of time, but you just slowly toast your bread. Delish. We want to say a thank you to Christine, who on our leaving do gave us a jar of blackberry jam. and we're having it today for breakfast. So thanks, Christine. It's absolutely delicious and a real comfort food treat on the road. So we're heading back to Sanchi and Daniela's house, and we're going to go up to the church. So we're off to see the church, and I got given a new hat.
Yeah, well.
This is the region that we are in now in Italy.
Friuli.
Friuli. Friuli. And I need a hat. It's always good in the sun not to burn the top of your head when you don't have so much hair.
Oh, that's so lovely. So it turns out that we actually happen to be with one of the stair makers of this region. He actually repaired himself, without being paid, the steps up to this little church. It's so nice to meet somebody who has so much pride in their local environment and want to contribute. All the way up this pathway, you can actually see all the repairs that he's been doing, and he's actually written the year on some of them. But it's amazing because he's restoring the walkways so that all the rock climbers and the locals can come up and enjoy this beautiful area, and of course the tourists too. We have just climbed to the top of this spectacular hill. We're just outside the church of San Michele de Pagani, and it was built in the 13th century. You can only see the front half of the church because it's built into the rocks. So San Michele is celebrated in September, and all the people would come up from the village. There would be a beautiful party outside the church. The tables would be laid out. There would be cakes and food and wine, and the priest would come down to the village. He would have a little ceremony, bring all the people together. They would walk up together here to the top of this area and have a lovely party. What a wonderful celebration, and it's just lovely up here. You can imagine, with all the village filled up here in the town, what a spectacular event it must be.
About 40 years ago there was a huge earthquake here, and it damaged most of the buildings that you can see behind us. And before the earthquake, the village was just on this side of the road, so all the buildings you can see beyond the road where the bridge comes here, they're all new.
Right above us as well, above the church, you can see little hooks in the walls, and apparently there are climbers from all over the region and also come down from Austria to climb up into this rock, and I can see why. Terrifying as it is, I can see why people would want to climb here. The views are spectacular.
So at night this church is beautifully illuminated from this solar light here, and they keep the rock face clear, so it lights up at night. Really beautiful, and that's how we spotted it yesterday. Otherwise we would never know it was here. So just to give you a little bit of perspective on where we slept last night, it was down on the river just round the corner, where you can't actually see Trudy at the moment, but she's down there just behind the trees. What's lovely is just up by the side of the road here, they've got mountain water just flowing, and you don't get any better tasting water than fresh mountain water like this. So I think we're going to come back in a bit and top up our drinking water bottles. Nice. He's just clearing the steps behind us so we can officially be the first ever people, visitors, to walk on his new steps. Amazing.
And he's even put in 2020.
There you go. Are you going swimming, love? No. How cold is that?
It's glacial mountain water. I actually can't feel the ends of my fingers.
That's not a bad view to wake up to in the morning. Look how blue and clear that water is. The sun is shining, the mist is cleared. I might even try and get the drone up in a bit. Grazie mille.
Arrivederci. Buon viaggio in
Thank
giro.
you very much, my
Buon
friend.
viaggio in giro per il mondo. Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao. In the land, no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Before everybody had the Kuh.
Cool.
Cow.
Oh, before the cow, yeah.
Like
Kuh is,
moo.
yeah.
Yeah, cows.